What's up, YouTube? It's EricALions fan. Thanks for clicking on this video, and welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Beer Reviews. I have a beer from Old Nation Brewing Company. These guys are out of Williamston, Michigan. This is called their M-43 Northeastern India Pale Ale. This beer comes in at 6.8% alcohol by volume and 65 IBUs in a pint can. Has a stick-on label here, guys. There is no date on this beer. And for this style of beer, you guys, I think it's pretty fresh because the person who I go see is the person at the Mesa Mega Beverage in Mesa, Michigan. He says, this beer's pretty hard to get. I'll give it to you, so thank you. And he asked me not to mention his name, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But thank you very much if you watch my videos. There is no date on this can. And you guys know, if you guys are hop heads, now I'm necessarily not a hop head, but for people that like the hoppiness of the beer, we have to have that information on the can. And I hope Old Nation Brewing gets a bottled on or a canned on machine for this style of stuff, because if you're big enough to distribute, you're big enough to get one of those things. I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. You have to can your stuff, all right, or date your stuff. Okay, guys, that's how I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. Beer Advocate gives us a 95. The bros have not reviewed yet. Over 23 reviews over on Beer Advocate, and Rate Beer gives it a 99 and a 100 in the style. But I didn't see how many reviewers did. I'm guessing it was probably under 30. And Untapped gave it a 4.28 out of 5. That's pretty high on Untapped, but it marks it out to about an 85, a B. I didn't read any of the reviews on there. There's no YouTube videos for this beer. So this is the first YouTube video for this style of beer, or for this beer on YouTube for amateur like myself. So, guys, let's dig into this one. Let's crack the top and see what we get. Alright, let's give it my aggressive pour like I always do. Ooh, coming out very juicy, like pineapple juice, or yeah, almost looks like pineapple juice. There we go here, guys. I'm sure there's some left in the can. I'm sure a lot of it's in the can there. Alright, guys, the presentation is an off-white head, I would say bone color. It's coming down here now. Two-finger head pour. Ooh, I'm already getting a bunch of pineapple. Small bubbles around the side, small on the top. It looks kind of foamy, and as I hold it up to the light, you guys, I am not getting anything through it at all. It looks very, very unfiltered. It's the New England style IPAs will look exactly like this. They will look unfiltered, very, how do I want to say this, to the point where you can't see through it. Not saying that any light's not going to come through, but you just can't see through it. If you try to put it up to something, you're not going to see anything. All right, guys, let's get a nose on it. Let's see what we got. Ooh, right away, great. Obviously, it's an IPA, so you're going to get grapefruit, mangoes. I'm getting the citrusy style hops. I'm getting some of the flowery style hops too. It says right here on the can that it's malt or pills. The wheat they use is oat. They boil the hops with Calispo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, guys. I tend to jack these pronunciations up. Calispo, Amarillo, and Citra hops, and they dry hop it with Citra, Amarillo, and Simcoe. So that's they have it right here on the can, guys, as I'm sure you guys can see. Yeah, that's all I'm getting is floral style hops, citrusy style hops, no alcohol presence. Smells exactly like an IPA would. All right, guys, let's throw it down the gullet. Let's see what we get. Bottoms up, guys. Cheers. Right away, I'm getting, like, they've added juice to this one. Like maybe I'm getting grapefruit juice, pineapples, mangoes, oranges. Perhaps a little lemon in there. Typical IPA tastes. No, there's no alcohol presence in this beer. I'm not getting it on the nose or on the mouth. Finish to this one. It's a little on the wet side. It's not sweet, but it's not dry either. Let's see if we can get some of that out of here. Let's see if we can cloud it up here a little bit. Still quite a bit of beer left in here. There we go. There. Look at all that sediment coming out here. It's in the can. Just shaking it up here a little bit. go, M-43. Guys, it looks much, much deeper. I'm seeing some yeast chunks in here now. Now that I've shaken it up and I poured the rest of it, it must have been all down towards the bottom. I'm going to take another taste of it here and see if any more of it's enhanced. Excuse me. I'm going to say it's much more juicy. It's almost kind of like they've added juice to this one to, maybe not to necessarily cloud it up, but they've added, to me, I think they've added grapefruit juice to this to make it get that juicy flavor. It's probably brewed just like a beer. Actually, I know it's brewed just like a beer, not that I think that it is. Guys, I'm not going to say that it's outstanding, but I'm not going to say it's bad either. The guy at the Mason Mega Beverage place said this one is kind of hard to get. He said when he puts it on the shelf, it's usually gone within the first couple of days. He gets a shipment of, I think he said, maybe a case or two, and he said by a couple of days they're gone. So, and with the Rate Beer and Beer Advocate scores, it's kind of not hard to see why that is. But guys, I think it's an A beer. I'm gonna give it a 93, high A minus. Yeah, high A minus, starting to blow my hair back, blow air at my skirt, all that sort of stuff. It's just starting to too. It's a nice beer. It's a little malty, I'm going to say that. There is some malt, you can taste the malts. It's creamy too, and I didn't think that I would get that, but that's coming from the oats. Now that I've had a couple of drinks of it, I'm starting to get some creaminess with this as well. But it's a good beer from them. I'm usually an American Adjunct Lager drinker, and usually American Adjunct Lager drinkers do not want to drink these IPAs. I mean, they just say, man, it's just too bitter, and it's too much like grapefruit or bitterness is up there. I kind of tend to like any kind of beer, you guys. You set a beer in front of me, I'm going to drink it. The bitterness units, I would guess they're not that high. Even though it says it's 65? Yeah, 65 international bitterness units. I would guess it's probably more around 55, 50, 55, right around there. It's just the bitterness isn't there. Now, when you first drink it, it is, but now that I've had, like I said, a couple of drinks now, this is probably the sixth one that I've had, sixth drink, the bitterness isn't kind of overpowering me anymore. Now I've kind of gotten used to the flavor and the stance of the beer. I like it, guys. I would get it again. I mean, I like it enough where I would get it again. It's just the dating on here, and I know I've kind of wavered from taking deductions off for dates, but it is kind of a big deal with this. I mean, you want these within 3 months to get the hoppiness of the beer. Any longer than that, and I'm not the only one that says it. A bunch of other beer reviewers say it as well. The hops after 3 months kind of tend to slide off a little bit. It becomes more malty than it is hoppy. But and in this can too, it helps that doesn't have any light showing through it, so it helps. It's kind of like a mini keg. But anyway, guys, I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to start to ramble on here and whatnot, but I'm going to give it a 93. Guys, what do you guys give the Old Nation Brewing M-43 Northeastern India Pale Ale? This is their new Orthodox IPA series. I hope to get some more of this, more of their Orthodox IPA series to try out. I want to thank the person at Mason Mega Beverage for letting me have this can to review it here on my channel. Thanks a lot, buddy. Guys, what do you guys think of this? Do you guys give it an A, B, C, D, or F? I'd give it a 93. I'd give it an A. If you've had this beer before, go ahead and put it down in the comments, and also do a like, subscribe as well. And as always, guys, if you've had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. You guys know my spiel. Don't try to be a hero and drive home drunk, because you're going to get pulled over, you're going to get thrown in the back of a cop car, jail time, court fees, possible prison time. And guys, if you hit or kill somebody, you're going to be in the slammer for quite a while. And if you kill yourself, you're going to be 6 feet under, all right? Please don't do it. Call a buddy, call an Uber, call a taxi, somebody to take you back home and to go get your car in the morning, or have your buddy, better yet, have your buddy come get you and take your car back. So, all right, sleep off your buzz, get your